Get in. Release it. Where's up?
My name's Colin, I'm 34 years old, I'm from New Zealand. I decided it was time to do something for myself and follow my passion to sail around the world. So we bought the boat after Hurricane Irma. It was the largest hurricane in Atlantic history. And then a lot of people like myself came to Tortola and started buying these hurricane damaged boats. We were in Panama, but we were hoping to get to New Zealand across the Pacific before the cyclone season started in November. This meant that we had to leave by May or else we'd be trapped.
Avocado. No por $1. Life's good.
We were ready to clear out of Panama and go to Costa Rica. Oh, it's a nice one.
Here it comes.
All of a sudden, the coronavirus pandemic started. We were kind of just trapped in these Pearl Islands. It was so confusing trying to figure out what to do, where to go.
We're stuck due to the coronavirus, as all the other boats here.
We were about to pull up the anchor and I said, I want to check the news one more time. I checked the news and I said, look, if there's no vaccine and there's no treatment, then it's not a small deal.
We had our passports ready, our cruising permit ready to check out was on a Friday, and that's when we got notice that immigration closed.
In South America, our response to the pandemic will be impacted by the arrival of winter, while hurricane season will complicate our efforts in North and Central America, and especially in the Caribbean.
So when Panama went into lockdown, it was one of the most strict countries in the world. They only let men out on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and women on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And it was for 1 hour on your day, with half an hour allowance to get to the supermarket, the bank, or the pharmacy. Virtually impossible to do any decent amount of shopping or anything like that. You had to just go to the supermarket, buy your fresh vegetables.
A month ago we provisioned for 3 months to cross the Pacific for 8 people, and none of this coronavirus stuff was around when we actually did it. 150 kilos of rice, 100 kilos of pasta, 1,500 cans of food, 450 rolls of toilet paper.
We spent $5,500 at that time on food and provisions.
There's nearly 1,000 cans, milk, cornflakes, lentils, noodles, more rum, pesto, 50 jars of pesto.
It was like a bit of a horror movie, right? When we were there on the taxi and we're just watching from the window. Once we arrive and make all the line, like, also you could see that people was scared.
But whenever you asked something in the store, people would look at you and they would step back a bit.
We were originally planned for 8 people for 3 months. So now we've got enough food for 5 people for 6 months.
35 boxes of beer, toilet paper, not all of it.
What we really learnt about this situation is we don't need too much to survive. Muesli, rice, beans, pasta. We got 100 bottles of 1 litre bottles of rum. And why did we do that? Just in case everything turns to shit here and we have to just go somewhere.
I was in the island and suddenly I woke up and I didn't have a job anymore because my dive shop was closing. So I was not sure what I was gonna do. And me and Colin have been hanging out for a while. So I was like, okay, maybe I can just go to the boat. It could be a good opportunity.
This virus thing started to go crazy. So it was all of a sudden a race against the clock for us to be able to clear out of Panama and then into Costa Rica before their borders closed. But the hurricane season is approaching, so that's not a very good option to be up there during this time. But what we've been fighting is the lightning season. 3 days ago, we got struck by lightning. All of a sudden, we just heard this terrifying bang. Pretty sure we got struck. The fucking VHF antenna is not there. The VHF's fucked, the anchor light's fucked, the deck light's fucked, the wind vane's fucked.
And soon the camera will get fucked too.
See shit. You think it's worse? Fuck it. If it's done there together. Shit. What we found was some serious structural damage to the underside of the boat. We still to this day don't know what has caused it, but what we did realize is that our dreams for crossing the Pacific Ocean were over.
We'll just take it day by day. We'll see what happens.
The best we can do, and what I've been learning in these days, is just to accept what comes.
It's good.
Yes.
It's good.
We're here, there's probably 22, 25 boats in the anchorage, and it's just kind of a weird vibe here because everyone's in lockdown, so no one's really talking to each other. We're kind of like the new guys, and no one's really wanting to come near us because they're not sure if we've been in isolation for 2 weeks. We'll see how this all plays out, but we're just gonna go do a little fire on the beach tonight and cook a curry, and a few other boats are bringing some meals as well, and we'll just do a shared sort of potluck dinner sort of a thing.
Going to the beach? You're going to the beach? Who's going to the beach? Who's going to the beach? Who's going to the beach?
So we were all hanging out in these uninhabited islands, and we were totally alone. We were having little fires on the beach, cooking food. We even had a little soccer game that we organized. We were in our own little world.
We're not 100% supposed to be on the beach tonight, but this is a very remote island of this archipelago, and it's inhabited, and so we figured it was okay to come here for a little meal, and we're just so blessed to be here right now. We are family in this time of struggle.
Right here, sun going down. We're pretty lucky. I guess what's happened with everyone in the world at the moment is just a huge challenge, and we always like to say that there's no problems, there's only solutions. So we will get over this, we will get through this.